So, we talk all the time about being expressions of divinity. And in this season of light, it's time for each of us to take that concept in and actually own it, be it. And that's very difficult for most of us, because most of us have this idea that we aren't really very good, that we aren't, we're just a little bit shy of a full load. And that is because we have allowed the world to literally beat us up. And it's time. It's actually time to change that picture. Because we are it. We are expressions of divinity. And we know this from multiple sources. It's recorded in books as old as 4,000 years old. The Hebrew Bible says, "Is it not written that I have said, ye are gods?" And in the New Testament, it's recorded that Jesus said to the disciples and to everybody else, "If you believe as I believe, you will do the works that I do, and greater works than these will you do." It's okay, Jeff. She can wander wherever she wants to. She can collect as many songbooks as she wants. And just last Wednesday, Judy and I had an opportunity to be at Deep Spring Center for Aaron's annual telling of stories of his relationship with Jesus when he was on the planet. For those of you who don't know, Aaron is an entity that Barbara Brodsky channels and has for 30 some odd years. He's a marvelous soul, just incredible wisdom and love is in Aaron's heart. And whenever Barbara's channeling Aaron, you can feel it. You can really feel the energy. So Wednesday, unbeknownst to me or many of the people there, Aaron was speaking, telling stories of his lifetime 2,000 years ago when he and Jesus were boyhood pals. And he said, "Well, I have a special surprise for you tonight. I'm going to yield Barbara's body to Yeshua." And so he stepped aside, and Yeshua stepped into Barbara Brodsky's body and greeted all of those who were present. And what he said in so many different ways is, it's time. It's time, friends, for you to take on your Christhood. You are the Christ. You are an expression of divinity, each one of you. And it was so powerful an energy to have that experience in that intimate room last Wednesday. It was absolutely confirming, affirming, and clear to me that we've been barking up the right tree. We've been saying for years now that we are, each of us, expressions of divinity. And I can say to you, I have it from the horse's mouth. I got it straight last Wednesday, and it's for real. You, each of you is the Christ, without question. And the only thing that keeps you from living that way is your belief to the contrary. You simply don't believe it because it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. But that's not the case. It's true. It can't be too good to be true because it is true. In the Course in Miracles, Jesus, speaking through Helen Schuckman, said, all that you need to do in order to save yourself, and not save yourself from ultimate destruction, but to save yourself from years, thousands of years of misery, is to simply accept one little truth, one little principle, and that is that you, each of you, is the guiltless, sinless, beloved child of God. And that's the basic principle of A Course in Miracles. And it's very, very simple, but our ego thought system gets in the way. The ego thought system says, that can't be true. And it runs down the litany of all of the so-called offenses that you might have done in the last 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 lifetimes, 2 eons. The ego is just bound and determined that you won't accept the truth about yourself. Because the minute that you do, the ego's thought system goes away. And it doesn't want to go away. It likes being in charge. It has a lot of fun with you. And if you're tired of that, if you're tired of actually struggling and worrying and having all of these things get in your way, simply do as suggested. Except for yourself. And only you can do it. You know what Smokey the Bear says? Only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can accept for yourself the principle that you are an expression of divinity. No one else can do it for you. Only you. And in this season of light, in this season of celebration, much of the world celebrates the birth of Christ, but I invite you to celebrate the birth of your awareness, of your Christness. Your Christhood exists. It is. It's not something that you have to go somewhere and get. It is. And all that's missing is your awareness of that, your acceptance of that. You can't change that. You can resist the daylights out of it. You can say, oh, no, not me. And you can walk around like the 3 monkeys, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Don't speak to me about divinity. I don't hear divinity. I don't talk about it. You can do that if you want, but that doesn't give you the power to change the reality. And as soon as you accept the reality that you are a divine being, everything around you will change. Your smile will change. The tension level will drain down to almost zero. And everything will be just the way you'd hoped it would be. So, in this time of celebration of the birth of light, let us resolve to celebrate the birth within each of us of our own awareness of our Christhood. Because that's all that's missing, is our awareness of it, our acceptance of it. You have it now in front of you, and the issue is, will I or won't I? She loves me not. You decide. So my wish for each of you is a very, very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and give shouts of joy to the birth of Christ awareness in you.